Well, I'm back inside my house. It's cozy, it's warm, of course, and I gotta tell you one thing. Even though it was cold, man, I was so excited and I was so happy. And I enjoyed every single bit of the experience what I had with the Mavic Pro. First off, look at this. Look at the size of this drone, man. Can you believe it? This thing can actually, do stuff like a proper professional drone. It's not gonna compromise anything just because of its size. And so you must have seen the videos of me flying. Now I'll be talking a little bit about what are the good things I liked about this drone, and what are the bad things. And this is no regards, this is not a Phantom 4 Pro or a Phantom kind of a comparison video, direct comparison, but it's more of I'm just gonna give you the tips because I'm an owner of a Phantom 4 3DR Solo and a Phantom 4 Pro. So I never owned actually a Mavic Pro, all thanks to my friend. He loaned me this, and then I was able to get a hands-on, a first-hand experience. Now I can talk a little bit more about how a Mavic Pro compares to a Phantom 4 Pro or a Phantom 4. So this is I'll be quickly going down on a list of what do I like about this drone, what I don't like about this drone. First thing is the compactability of this, and then look at the size of the controller. It is really freaking awesome. You don't need a dedicated backpack. I mean, you must have seen, if you're new to my channel, go check out my other videos where I have reviewed bags for drones, which are dedicated for the drones. So if you're having a laptop bag, it really becomes a problem for you to carry a laptop and then a drone too, right? So this is a one-stop solution for everything. If you're a guy, you can just throw it in a laptop bag, and if you're a girl, trust me, you can just throw it in your purse, along with your makeup stuff. Whereas for guys, you can just throw in in your gym bag, whatnot. You can just look at it's so small and compact. Even the controller doesn't take much space. So that is one of the best thing which I like about this drone is the size, and the one few things which I really like is one is it's really smooth. I was just talking to my friend. I asked him that if he has fiddled anything with the settings, and he told me that he just bought this drone a couple of days back, and he has not done anything to the settings. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because when I flew the drone for the first time, I was shocked the way how the drone was kind of behaving with the sticks. The sensitivity of the sticks is so mellowed down and is so gentle. So if you're in the market and you're a first-time drone buyer and this is going to be your first drone, I would highly recommend you to get this, because this is a lot forgiving than a Phantom 4 and a Phantom 4 Pro. I know there's a settings where you can actually go to the settings and then tone down the sensitivity of the throttle of the sticks basically. But whereas if you're a newbie, obviously you don't know much about the settings and you're really worried about you're gonna screw things up, and of course you don't want to crash the drone, right? You spent $1,000 or $1,500, so you don't want to do anything, so you want to go onto the YouTube, you want to see, there's a lot of time spending. This is more of RTF, so it's ready to fly. Just take it off from the box, and then bam, there you go, you just fly it, and you can fly it pretty confidently. So that's one of the coolest thing I noticed is the ability to fly it. It's really easy, and it's really pretty friendly with even the first timers. And one thing I noticed is the gimbal wheel. You would see this even in the Phantom 4 Pro, where you can tilt it, and then on this side you have the aperture control. The gimbal wheel is really nice. It's really very fluidic. In terms of tilting the camera, the gimbal up and down. It's not as sensitive as the Phantom 4 right out of the box. You actually have to go into the settings, and then it's you have to fine tune the dial, where you can control the tilting angle of the gimbal. Whereas in this, it's actually very mellowed down as well. It's so fluidic. I really liked it. In the beginning, when I was actually flying it and I was trying to bring the camera down, I was like, why is it not responding? And then I actually have to hold it for probably more than 5 or 6 milliseconds, and it starts going down. I was so impressed, because whereas my Phantom 4 or of my Phantom 4 Pro, you really have to be really gentle with the wheel, because every single, even the minute input actually converts into a very rapid action. So that's one of the things which I really love about this controller. And the second thing is of course the size and the And the camera quality, I mean, you must have seen my footage from the earlier part of the video. This is not bad for the size. The video is really good. It's for the size of the camera. Look at the size of the camera first. Like, look how small it is. And look how, yeah, see, it is like a mobile, a mobile phone camera. Yet it has got all the 4K capabilities, and the contrast, and the color correction was not much needed when I was editing the video from the Mavic Pro. Whereas like 3DR, of course, you're running through a GoPro. I had to do a lot of stuff on it. So that's the second thing which I really love about it. And the third thing is, what do you say? It's really quiet. Compared to the other drones, like 3DR Solo is of course the loudest among what I own, and then the quietest one what I've ever had in my hand, what I ever experienced was this right in my hand. Like, this is the Mavic Pro again. This is the quietest of all the drones compared to the Phantom 4 and the Phantom 4 Pro. Basically, Phantom 4 and Phantom 4 Pro are the same thing, so they make exactly the same amount of noise. And if you want to fly around inside a community, or right in your neighborhood, I don't think so anybody's gonna be hearing like a aeroplane or a helicopter going around in the neighborhood. So this is really quiet. And I really like the contrast, it is black, not white, because of of course, if it's white, when you're flying it and you attain a little bit of altitude, it's really becomes really difficult for me to spot, especially with the white Phantom 4 Pro. Whereas in the 3DR Solo, I really like the contrast. It was dark, it was black, and I could spot it anywhere. Whereas that's a good thing that DJI made it. They made it in a gray color, which is really nice, because you can spot it, because given the size of this drone, it's pretty small, and then being a dark color, you'd be easily able to spot in the sky when it's in really high altitude. So I'm quickly gonna go and undo the whole drone and show you with a side-by-side comparison with the Phantom 4 Pro. So this is completely unfolded Mavic Pro, and in my hand I have a completely assembled, meaning I put the props on, and it has got a battery as well. So look at the size of this. And guys, the most amazing thing for me is for the size difference, the performance, what you're losing is very marginal. It's not I would say, I mean, I have not done a proper math, or I'm not giving you an exact number, but just in terms of my experiences, I would say it is only probably 20% or 25%, which is really cool, right? For the size, this is the pinnacle of engineering. This is something supposed to be a technology, where I saw in the movies when I was growing up, but this is real, this is happening, and this is right in my hand. That's freaking cool. So this is the other thing which I do not like about this drone is, look at the way how, sorry, I have to undo this to show you. Oh yeah, there is an order for undoing it. First you have to do the front rotors, and then you have to do the bottom ones. So look at the back of the drone. This is where the drone is gonna sit. So if you're actually trying to put it onto a dirt, the drone bottom is actually separated by probably a 3mm mount, which I do not like. And in the front, they gave you a pretty good, a stand which you can actually put onto the floor, which seems to be pretty okay. Of course, because the gimbal is in the front, they had to protect it. But from the back, I think they could have extended this a little bit, but probably for the size, just for the compactability, they had to go with it. But I was just talking about the same thing to my friend, and he showed me that this stuff, he actually got an aftermarket leg extension. So for in the front, you can just this is just like a sleeve, you just put it in. Okay, this is left, you just slide the sleeve in, which is kind of hard, but you got the whole idea. This thing's gonna get extended all the way down here. So this is the leg, so this increases probably by an inch, and then This is in the front, I don't think it's actually necessary, but for the back side, this is what I really like is all you have to do is like take this and put it here. It's like it's just like a clip. It just gets clipped on. And let me quickly put the clip in and show you guys what I'm talking about. So here's the thing. So this becomes the base, which is really nice, but you cannot just use the back clip. You gotta even use the front one, or else the drone is gonna be like this. And then when you're taking off probably DJI, the Mavic Pro, you would get an error in the app saying that the drone is tilted. So that's the second thing which I do not like about this drone, but it's not, of course, none of the factors are actually a deal breaker for me, because the things what this thing can do, obviously this is a keeper. So that's what I'm saying. So I'm quickly gonna go and talk about, quickly gonna close this, and then I'm gonna be talking about the third thing which I do not like is the gimbal camera. No, I'm not talking about the quality of the camera. It's about the camera. Look how finicky it is. Oh, like my friend has actually installed a gimbal guard. Look at the gimbal guard. It's so finicky, it's like, it feels so sensitive, and whenever I'm looking at it, I'm kind of like scared and worried that it might just break and like come right off. But if you look closely, it is actually suspended by 4 rubber mounts, like you usually found in all the other gimbals. But they have, they provide you this, like for all the other stuff they provide you like the gimbal guard. Same for this, they provide you this thing, like where you can just slide in and then you put on the cover, the protective cover in the front. But in terms of like repeatability, I was just wondering, like if I start using this drone, like my primary hardcore drone, would I be putting it on and off? So that's gonna be like one of the things which I do not like, is like I should be able to just throw it in instead of like putting in an extra thing and then putting on a cover on top of the camera. So these are the 3 things which I did not like. But of course, again, these are not a deal breaker for me in any way. I can definitely take that much of risk because the things what it has to offer, like in terms of the size and the power, the powerfulness of it, I don't think so it should be any sort of like an issue. So yeah, so there it is. So that's the whole thing. So let me quickly summarize it up. If you're in the market to get yourself a Mavic Pro, do not hesitate. You can definitely pull the trigger on this. If you're considering any competitor in the market, no, first let me tell you guys this. There is no true competitor for a Mavic Pro, right? Like for the advancedness and the technology what this drone is packing, and for the size, and of course the backing of a DJI brand. I mean, they have a robust technology, right? There is no true competitor in the market. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? GoPro Karma, dude. Nope, it's not even a competitor. It's a different kind of a drone. This is a different like breed of a drone. This is more like advanced. That is more of like a 3DR solo with a different body type. There you go. I just said it, but I don't know whether it's true or not, but I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty confident, and I have zero interest in the Karma. But if I happen to get my hands on a 3DR Karma, I would definitely do a review and do a comparison between a Mavic Pro and with the Karma. Anyway, so yeah, so if you're in the market to get yourself a drone that is a Mavic Pro or like a Phantom 4 Pro, these two are different kind of drones. They might be just they're not just a flying cameras. They have a different capabilities, and they have different the usefulness, whatever you're looking for. So it's individuals' preferences. So if you're in the market to get yourself a drone and you're confused whether you should get a Phantom 4 or a Phantom 4 Pro or a Mavic Pro, trust me, you can get yourself a Mavic Pro, because Phantom 4 is out of the equation, because basically this is a Phantom 4 but in a different body shell, and it's so small, and the camera sensor, I believe it is the same sensor from a Phantom 4, whereas in the Phantom 4 Pro, like I said, this is a different this is a different game. They have the camera sensor is pretty big, and it has got obstacle avoidance sensors throughout 360, the sideways in a x-axis. It's like surrounded 360, but the funny thing is, like, the side infrared sensors do not work in a normal mode. You need to be in a beginner mode. So yeah, it's just a front and back then. So yeah, like I'm gonna end this video by saying this, that if you are in the market to get yourself a drone, this is the one you should be getting it. Even if it's your first drone, I'm pretty sure this is like a almost crash proof. Crash proof. You're not gonna crash it, and you're not gonna lose your money. And if you're looking for an upgrade from a Phantom 4 Pro, from a Phantom 4, and you want to get something else more powerful, then this is the one you should be getting it, like the Phantom 4 Pro. But if you are like upgrading just because you are in the market to get something more powerful, or you just have the you just want to get a new drone, then again there is no other alternative in the market with this much of capabilities, and that is this drone. So hope you guys like my video. If you like my video, hit the like buttons. If you don't like my video, hit the dislike buttons, and let me know what you guys think about this whole video, if it was useful or not. If you want to see something particular, features of the Mavic Pro, do let me know. My friend is generous enough, I can ask him to loan me, and I can't wait to get myself a Mavic Pro now. But I'm just waiting for for the spring to start, and then I would buy myself one. So yeah, like I said, if you want to see it, let me know. I'll take this drone, and I can borrow it. I can loan from him for 1 or 2 days. I'll make a video and upload it on the YouTube. So it would be helpful for you guys. So if you have any questions, please leave down in the comment section below. Hope you guys stay warm, and see you guys soon. See ya.